Hi, my friends. Today I feel inspired to share some just thoughts. Um, it has been for quite a few years that I felt myself being a magnet for amazing and extraordinary people who doing and speaking about very, we would say, extraordinary things, and I have been a magnet for that information and for that resources, for that knowledge. And it took me some time for me to realize, okay, this information comes my way. This people, teachers, and masters are coming my way. What is it that I would like to do? And definitely, I would love to share it in a way that I can just share with inspiration and offer it not in an disempowered state, but I wanted to offer not only information but also a solution. So that I just wanted to share, and I had some thoughts about there's so much information. There's fields of information. And what I've learned to do when I receive the information, I always question, I always look for how does that help? For example, there's so many information about, okay, is the earth is flat or round or a triangle? And if you Google, there are some theories that earth is triangle or a form of whatever it is. The thing is, when we have this information and have these questions, how does that help me right now? Okay, the earth is triangle. Got it. The earth is sphere, or it's a flat. And while I am open to everything, because if we dive into the theory with open mind, not with a set mind, like, okay, this doesn't make any sense, but when I dive into the theory with a completely open mind, I don't know anything, that a lot of things make sense in every theory, like also a lot of things make sense in every religion, and it's not either or. I believe in this God, not in this. It's an exclusion, but how I can actually find the similarities, and the teaching is there's a one teaching. And I came to the conclusion for myself is, while I'm open-minded and I receive all the probabilities, I do not agree or disagree with this, I would say, but I look at the facts, look at the information as a purity of fact with no drama around it, I would say. A lot of information are being prescribed to us nowadays with some opinions, and so there's a knowing and seeing and distracting, I would say, picking out those opinions like onions from a salad. That helps, just so there's a fact, and then what you want to think about it, it's yours. What conclusion you will make, because everyone delivering this information has its own conclusion. So coming back, I apologize, I went on a little tangent. Coming back to the information that is here, the earth is flat or the earth is round. I'm open to all of it. I'm not excluding that earth, it's all welcome. However, also there's another question. How does this question or resolve, or the information is helping me? Okay, the information the earth is flat, or the information the earth is a sphere. How does that help me right here, right now, in this present moment, to live my life? And if the question is, will that information change the way how I live my life? For example, if I've lived my life in one scenario, and information about the Earth's sphere provides me with something else that I'm gonna live my moment differently than I'm doing it right now, then what's in the way for me to live this life right here, right now, at the fullest? Even the Earth is triangle, even there's a the end of the world is coming, even if it's a hunger is approaching, and all of the scenarios. And I believe the way how we receive that information is very crucial. We receive it, we unpack it, and we realize and we remember that we are not a victims to anything. We are creators and we are co-creators of this reality. And what we can do right here, right now, and are we empowered by this information? If we are disempowered, how can we see the silver linings? How can we see this information in a way that empowers us? I think it's a very crucial, because I've been in a place where many years that information, first I did not know what to do with it, and it felt disempowering. It felt that is okay. There's for example, there's a facts that are there. I'll give you an example of upcoming, for example, news about upcoming hunger or lack of, well, I would say hunger is maybe a story wrapped, it's an opinion, it's a lack of produce that being delivered to the stores, and it's the things happening, for example, the plants that are in California are being caught in the fire. There's a number of them. That's an information. And what is it that we can do with this information? Okay, this is going on, this is happening, and throughout the history there is some information going on and happening. There was a pandemic. There was every some of the years, I don't remember, there are some people say every 240 years, every 300 years, there's a pandemic happening, there's a hunger, there's a war. And what we can do with this, So while I was looking at this information, I found for myself, because there's so much more to it. We can be not only empowered by this, but also taking action toward this. For example, for me, what does it mean? The invitation of upcoming shortage of the produce, it says, okay, I'm gonna take my time to cleanse my body to make sure that I fully transition to maybe one meal a day, which has amazing benefits to the body. I have been studying this for many, many years, and I've been living the lifestyle that is, it's called, one meal a day, for example. And if you, for example, if I'm eating 2 or 3 times a day, I can not only cleanse and purify my body, and I will approach it in the way that I can, okay, that will be beneficial. For example, if I transition to 2 meals a day instead of 3 meals a day, my body will have a time to rest. My body will have a time to produce all of the enzymes and do everything that it's designed to do. A process of elimination. For the process of elimination requires some time. The process of the regeneration, that requires some time. The process of alchemical balance. And all of it has tremendous benefits. And there are people in the world that living that lifestyle, which is autonomous lifestyle, not only 1 meal a day or eating 2 or 3 times a week, which is a very, for me, it's very inspiring, because if a person can be in a place physically, emotionally, and mentally that they do not require any sources that are outside of them to be the complete, full, amazing being that doesn't require anything from outside. That is a step to a freedom for me. And there are people who are living that lifestyle right here, right now, who have been years, months, days that are being sustainable without food. There are people that are being sustainable without sleep. That just brings me to the thing is like, everything is possible. Our bodies are so magical and amazing and magnificent that we do not even know their capability. And as there's known that we use our brain in the capacity of 10%, but as soon as we unlock this ability to use our brain for, I would say, 50%, what that would look like, it's like our bodies is an operating biomachine that has everything that we can imagine or we cannot imagine yet, that is already installed as a program. And if we are aware of this program, we can find a way how to push the button and, for example, levitate, push the button and return to the self-sustainability, which is an autonomy. It's like we were given a car, a vehicle, and I can see that there's a wheels there, and I can see that there's some other, there's an inside cabin. So as my awareness that, okay, how can I use the wheels? How can I use this button? I'm literally like being aware of what's going on inside, and I'm like, okay, this is the button. I wonder what that's gonna bring. And here you go. This car can drive. Where before maybe I was in awareness that I have a wheel and I need someone to push this car, or I need to push this car. I'm actually pushing this car. This is how I'm operating this vehicle. Then I get realized and an awareness, oh, I can actually come inside and drive it. Wow, cool. And this is already installed. This is already inside. I can drive it. Okay, it's getting a little hot in here. Let me see what that will bring us. Oh, this is a cool air. I can actually feel very comfortable. And if I have an awareness that actually, because this car can do anything and everything, like completely. And if I'm not aware of that, I will be using up until my awareness. okay, I will say, oh, this car is for driving. Nothing I can do. If I'm aware that, or open to this, that this car actually, that I drove for many, many years, can fly. And I start being aware, this information comes, and here you go. I found another button or another technology that I can operate this vehicle while hovering and flying. So there is absolutely no limits. Then who knows that I will know that this car can drive forever, or as long as I want it to drive. And it can regenerate itself. It can completely, fully change their detail and shape shift. It can change its color. There is absolutely no limits. And while I am operating this vehicle and just playing with it and looking around and what's going on with other people and approaching, for example, I am driving the vehicle and I'm looking at the person who is pushing this vehicle, and it's like, hey, listen, you don't have to push it, you don't have to go behind and push it, you don't have to hire other people to push it for you. You can actually come inside of the vehicle and operate it, and you can go with the speed as you would like. Some people would say, you crazy, this is insane. No, while sweating in sweat, blood and tears, and pushing the vehicles, and then just pushing it, and okay, you can choose to gather people and say, guys, I found a new innovation. We can actually fly this vehicle. We don't have to, like, that we are driving. Some people say, burn this witch. She is, I don't know. she's crazy. But some people would say, awesome, let's get together and see what that would lead us to. So it's the same, the life is the same, and it's interesting, it's beautiful, and not everyone, some people, even including your family, will say, this is nonsense and this is bullshit. You're wasting your time. And but some will come with you. Some will come join in the car with you and explore this world as a beautiful, beautiful story that has shifts and turns and plot twists. So this is what I was inspired to say. So I hope you have an amazing day, and I love you.